What's happening? What's going on? Let me just check my things right. We all good? Today's topic, doing it for those that can't. Some location, huh? I'm back and I'm ready to talk about these things. It's been a while since I recorded my last video. But today I'm going to talk about doing it for those that can't. Um just if you're kind of struggling with a reason to do things, like for me, for example, I struggled with getting on with things for a while, even these videos, because I've kind of reached a level and a sense of selflessness where it's like I was kind of stuck in between, like, I want to do this for me, but then also I'm like content with my life and why do I deserve it? And I was quite content. So I kind of had to reach in and look for a purpose bigger than myself, and do it for something bigger than myself, which I was going to do anyway. Like, I don't know if you can hear the bug noise. There is plenty. um, But I wasn't doing this just for myself anyway. I was doing this for you guys because I know there's people out there that need guidance in life, and so I'm gonna talk about the topics. But today's video is doing it for those that can't, and I'm gonna speak about my experience with it, and it just it might help anyone out there kind of struggling for the same thing, thinking like, yeah, I want to do it for me, but I got other things to focus on, and um, you know just I want to do it for me, but I'm also comfortable, and the drive isn't fully there. And just want to remind you for some extra motivation that there's people out there that dream of being in your situation, even if you're just in an average situation, you're not living no lavish life or whatever. Even if you just have the ability to walk, there's people out there that don't, that would give everything to be able to walk again. So I'm just gonna read what I wrote down here quick on the topic, and I just said, do it for those that can't. It's beautiful to represent. It's beautiful to be so gifted and blessed with the ability to do, to walk, to see, to move, to speak, to do things for those that can't. If you feel like slacking or you're losing motivation inside, that's okay. It happens. But for the time being, do it for those that can't, because I'm sure they'll appreciate it. I walked along the beach one night to a spot near some cliffs that are a known suicide spot in the area, and I'd been feeling pretty low because of how overwhelming the responsibility to be something in life is. And I knew someone who, a month or two ago, at the time I wrote this, it's been a few months now, had committed suicide off of them. And I'd spoke to him before, just years and years back. We weren't close, but we gone to school together, and they were younger than me. And it just gave me this feeling of do it for those that can't experience the beauty of life anymore, because the scenery is stunning. Which prime fucking example, by the way. Like, look at this. So I didn't line up this location with this spot, but guess that's just how things go. Prime example. And it just gave me this feeling of do it for those that can't experience the beauty of life anymore, because the scenery is stunning. The cliffs themselves are stunning, even though, there are negative connotations and energy around them, and their negative label, I guess. But the cliffs are stunning, the beach is stunning, the sky and the sun were stunning at the moment that I wrote this, and I just thought something so beautiful still exists within pain. And because it was such an odd feeling knowing that someone I'd seen around in school and spoken to many years ago was gone, and those cliffs were their exit, and how those cliffs can still be so beautiful amongst things like that, it just felt right to remove any personal feelings I have or worry, and uncertainty and everything that comes with trying to do something new, and to do it for those that aren't here anymore to live life and to even feel those feelings. We tend to go the extra mile and do more when we're doing something for others and not ourselves. This video is not for any personal gain on their situation, by the way. Just some thoughts I had, and I would ask that please you reach out to people if you're feeling alone or down or feeling like you don't want to be here, because millions of others that left us said that no one would understand too, but for every one of them, there's 100 in the world that do. Please keep going. And that's just in some. Shit, bro, this iPad is broken, by the way, and I just stabbed myself on the glass, and now I'm bleeding. Anyway, yeah, that's in summary, just like the kind of um point of the video, doing things for those that can't. Because like, look at me right now, right? Beautiful scenery. Oh, I thought it wasn't recording, then I just hard dropped. But look at me right here. The fact that look, my legs work, My arms work, my mouth works because you hear me talking shit in your ear. My eyes work because I can see this. My ears work because I can hear all these fucking cicadas, grasshoppers, whatever they are. And it's just, it really made me think. And I'm remembering the moment now back when I wrote that. It was like, do it for those that can't, because those cliffs were this person's exit, right? They took their own life by presumably jumping off of them. Um, it's like that was their exit, and their whole world was coming down. They were obviously in a pretty terrible spot to go through with something as such. And it's like you would think that, because that's not the first one too. That is a known spot. There's been multiple um people take their own lives off of those, and it's like you would think then that spot, you would look at it and it would just all be terrible. It can't be a good spot if people are doing stuff like that. But with the way the sun was shining on them that day, and you know like just how beautiful and stunning they are as like a spectacle, like on their own, like some gorgeous cliffs, big, nice on the like horizon skyline. And it just made me think, it's like, do it for those that can't, bro, because you get to sit here. This is my thought process. This is what inspired it. I was stood there on the beach, living life. My organs work. I'd walk there. My organs work. I was happy. Beautiful place, and I have the opportunity to experience and view those cliffs, and it's just such a beautiful moment that I wish everyone could feel and appreciate and see, because who doesn't want people to be happy? You know what I mean? And it just made me think, well, I get to get the enjoyment out of them, but the guys, well, not just guys, but just the people that, had suicided off of those cliffs. What the hell was that? The guys that had suicided off of those cliffs, it's like those cliffs weren't beautiful to them. They weren't thinking how beautiful, or maybe they were, but for the most part, they weren't in a good spot. And they traversed those cliffs and got to their point. With this being their last day, arguably the worst thing someone can experience is knowing that it's your last day. And they wanted to go. And it's just, for them, that was not a beautiful day. But for me, I get to look at the same spot, and it was just stunning, a great moment. So blessed and appreciative to be able to, like, you know, experience that and just be alive. And it just kind of made me think of that contrast. So if you're ever struggling for reasons to do something, do it for those that can't, bro. Because, it's almost not like you owe anyone anything, but kind of in your heart, it's like kind of like you owe it to them. Like, a lot of people get dealt terrible situations and don't have working limbs and organs and such. And so for me, using my like me as a personal example, the fact that I have working organs and limbs and I get to go out and appreciate this beauty, it's like, what am I doing if I want to accomplish something, sat around not doing it, when there's people out there that would do it, that would give everything and more to be in my situation so that they could go do it. You understand? You get like what I'm saying? You kind of get the general gist of it. So that's, don't go anywhere yet, but that's all for this video's topic. It's a quick video. I'm trying to shorten these down because I can just talk for ages, and this is still new to me, so I'm still kind of finding my feet with it, trying to be more clear and concise and just right on with the talking points so I don't bore you guys. Because all the ums and ahs and the space makes you probably not want to watch, but I'm human too, right? So, like I said, that's my general consensus. Do it for those that can't, because if you're ever lacking motivation or feeling like you can't do it, or that it's going to be a big task or whatever it is, it might well be. But there's people out there that don't care about that, that can't go do what you want to do because of their situation, and they will give everything to be in your position so that they could go do it. So go do it for those that can't, because I'm sure they'll appreciate seeing someone go do it and pull it off and be a star, and they'll look at someone and think, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. You went and did it. Like, just show love, bro. Spread love. Anyway, to end this video off, check my pinned comment. There'll be social links and music links. If you're a music supervisor, definitely go check those out. That's for you, especially because my music's extremely cinematic. It's instrumental, and I'm really looking to learn some sync deals. If you're a sync agent, then I really need you. Like, please hit me up because I'm really looking for a sync agent to kill shit with this year. If you're just a viewer and you just want to hear some instrumental music, go check it out too. And finally, subscribe. Please subscribe. That's the most important one. If you would come back to watch this type of stuff, not if you would just subscribe and then dip and never come back. But if you enjoy what I'm doing, or you fuck with me, or whatever reason you want to subscribe and stick around and come along for the journey, please do. Please remember to subscribe. It's completely free. No commitment. You can unsubscribe at any time. With that being said, I will see you guys later because I got hella videos to do this day. Peace.